How's it going, Guardians? Shifty here, and today I'm back with my weekly vendor video. This week we actually have quite a few decent armor and weapon choices. Now for those of you who don't know, in these videos I like to go over any standout armor rolls for each class, then I like to go over any solid Banshee weapon rolls, and at the end of the video I show off any footage of the remaining armor and vendor rolls for the week. I also want to mention that the armor that's sold is generally not the best, so most of the time it's not going to appeal to veteran players. Most of this stuff would be good for newer players who are just getting into the game and need some decent armor to get started. However, every once in a while there is an armor roll that can appeal to anyone. In addition to that, Banshee could sell a god roll weapon, and that would definitely appeal to most players. Anyway, before I jump into the video, if you end up enjoying it, make sure to hit that like button, and if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. Alright, as usual, I'm going to be starting off with Warlock Armor. This week, Failsafe is selling leg armor with 20 intellect, 16 recovery, and 13 mobility. Depending on your playstyle, this could be a really great piece to pick up. This piece has 20 intellect, which is going to significantly improve your super regeneration rate. In addition to that, it has 16 recovery, which will help you heal faster, and since this is a Warlock piece of armor, that 16 recovery is going to help you get your rift back faster. Now, mobility is kind of a toss-up. Some Warlocks like it and some don't. However, I think that the intellect and recovery make this a piece to pick up, regardless of the mobility. The next piece for Warlocks is leg armor at Shaxx. This piece has 16 intellect, 14 strength, 14 resilience, and 12 recovery. Now here you can see that there's not one stat that stands out among the rest. With that said, it is a well-rounded piece, so if you're looking for something with a little bit more of an even stat distribution, I would pick this up. Next up, the Drifter is selling chest armor that is similar to that last piece. This one has 16 discipline, 14 strength, 14 resilience, and 12 recovery. Again, if you're looking for a well-rounded piece, this might be worth picking up. Alright, now I want to move on to any standout armor for Titans. Unfortunately, this week Titans don't really have much of anything. In fact, all I was able to find was somewhat of an honorable mention. Zavala is selling gauntlets with 20 resilience and 17 strength. The only reason I consider this an honorable mention is because 20 resilience is going to help you get your barricade back faster, and the 17 strength is going to help you get your melee back faster. That can actually be kind of useful depending on your build because some of the Titan melees are extremely good. And unfortunately, after that one piece, I now am going to be moving on to Hunters. This week, Failsafe has leg armor with 26 intellect and 12 recovery. Now, if you love using your super and love making super-based builds, that 26 intellect is going to get you a quarter of the way to tier 10 intellect with just this one piece of armor. On top of that intellect, it has 12 recovery, which is also going to help you heal faster. I know a couple of my favorite Hunter PvP builds involve tier 10 intellect. And the next piece of armor is sold by Devrim Kay, and it's leg armor with 21 mobility and 15 intellect. I already talked about intellect with that last piece, but the only reason I'm mentioning this one is because of the 20 mobility. Now on Hunters, that mobility stat is going to help you get your dodge back faster. Next up, Zavala is selling chest armor with 19 recovery and 16 intellect. Again, I've talked about both recovery and intellect quite a bit. With that 19 recovery, you're going to heal faster so you can re-engage faster in any activity. And finally, the last piece for Hunters is at the Drifter. He is selling chest armor with 26 intellect and 18 recovery. Again, I've gone over both of those stats pretty extensively in this video so far, but this piece has 26 intellect and 18 recovery, which is better than the first Hunter piece I talked about. If you were to buy that leg armor from Failsafe and buy this chest armor from the Drifter and use them together, you would already have tier 3 recovery and tier 5 intellect with just 2 pieces of armor and no armor mods. Alright, that's all I have for the armor rolls this week. Now I want to move on to any standout Banshee weapon rolls. Before I do that, I do want to mention that the perks on these weapons will change again at 7 PM Central Time on Wednesday. So if you want any of the weapon rolls that you see in this video, make sure to pick them up before that time. So just to clarify, the weapons and their perks will change every Tuesday at reset, but then just the perks will change again at 7 PM Central Time on Wednesday. Anyway, the first weapon I want to talk about is the Toil and Trouble Shotgun. This particular roll has some decent barrel options. The mag options aren't all that great. However, you do have slide shot and moving target, which can be excellent choices on a shotgun. In addition to that, you have a range masterwork. So if you don't already have a decent kinetic aggressive frame shotgun, I would pick this one up. Then if you're a fan of sidearms, the Lonesome that's being sold is actually a really excellent choice. In that second column there, you have alloy mag, so when your magazine is empty, you have a faster reload. That's going to pair really well with the small magazine size and full auto trigger. Then in that last column you have Demolitionist, so kills with this weapon will generate some grenade energy, and if you throw your grenade with this weapon out, you're going to automatically reload it. Like I said, if you're a fan of sidearms and you don't have this one or you would like to give it a go, I would highly recommend picking this one up. And the final weapon I want to talk about is the memory interdict grenade launcher. Now this doesn't have spike grenades or blinding grenades, but it does have proximity grenades, impulse amplifier, and disruption break. It's kind of a niche grenade launcher, but I imagine using this to break any sort of enemy shield, then swapping to a kinetic weapon and getting that boosted damage. And if you normally have problems hitting your target with grenade launchers, that proximity grenade is going to help you out. As long as that grenade gets near the enemy, it will blow up and do damage to them. Anyway, that is all I have for this week's vendor armor and weapon roll video. Now I'm going to show off footage of the remaining rolls for the week. If you want to stick around to check that out, feel free to do so. Otherwise, I hope that you have a good day and I'll catch you on the next one.